Times when Hellas had not yet known future conquests, when city-states lived by laws of honor and habits weighed more than oaths, there lived a young man named Cleon. He was not chosen by the gods, nor did his body bear scars of battle. His life flowed evenly, almost unnoticed, like water in a dry riverbed. Cleon often looked up at the Acropolis from below, imagining that one day he would ascend not as a spectator, but as someone people would speak of. Yet his thoughts always moved faster than his actions. Every morning began with a promise that was easy to break before noon. He was skilled at convincing himself that today was not the day for effort. And he always found a reason. The city lived by its own rhythm. Some rose with the dawn, others waited until the sun softened. Cleon belonged to the latter. He believed strength would come with time, that wisdom arrived with age rather than labor. Many believed the same. That was why his life felt acceptable, there was no resistance in it. Everything changed the day a crowd gathered in the agora. An old philosopher named Damon spoke, not of gods or war, but of small things. Of how a person makes choices every day without noticing. Of how habits are either chains we forge ourselves, or stairs we build to rise higher. Cleon did not step closer. He listened from a distance. Yet the words fell into him heavily, like a stone into water. That night he slept little. For the first time, time no longer felt like an ally, but like a silent enemy. Weeks passed. Cleon began to notice that the same people grew stronger, calmer, more confident year after year. Others remained exactly as they were. He saw a frightening pattern. It was not fate that stopped most people. It was the absence of habits. When the city announced the great games would take place in 1 year, Cleon's heart tightened. He understood this year would either make him someone else or permanently fix who he already was. For the first time, the future did not look like fog, it looked like a mirror. He started abruptly. Too abruptly. Dawn runs, cold air, muscles screaming in pain. By the 3rd day, he could barely rise from his bed. By the 5th, he stopped leaving his home. His body resisted a life it did not know. His mind whispered that it was pointless. His friends welcomed him with laughter and wine. It was warm there. Easy. Familiar. No one demanded proof, not even from himself. Bad habits required no explanations. They simply accepted him. Yet every time Cleon returned home, it felt as if he had left something important behind the door. As though with each evening like this, he gave away a part of himself, invisible but irreversible. He found Damon again. The old man sat in the same place, as if he had never moved through all those years. Cleon did not complain. He only said that he was losing before the beginning. Damon did not answer immediately. Then he said that a person is not weak, they are simply designed to seek what is easy. The human mind craves quick reward because it feels safer. It has always been this way. And that is why good habits feel like enemies, while bad ones feel like friends. Cleon realized he had been wrong not in his desire, but in his method. He stopped breaking himself. He started small. Not changing his life, only his mornings. Not his destiny, just one step. Days became similar to one another, but for the first time, that did not frighten him. He went out even when he did not want to. He did the minimum, but every day. And something changed. Not immediately. Slowly, almost insultingly slowly. There were weeks when he fell again. When everything seemed pointless. But now, failure did not destroy the path, it merely delayed it. Cleon began to understand that discipline is not inspiration. It is loyalty to a decision even when belief disappears. Time passed. The games approached. Cleon did not become the best. But he became different. His movements grew more precise. His gaze calmer. He no longer fled from silence. On the day of the games, standing among others, he suddenly realized, regardless of the outcome, he had already won. For the first time, his life was not an accident. And then he understood a truth never carved in stone. Bad habits always extend their hand first. Good ones wait to see whether you have the patience to reach them yourself. A person is not destroyed by weakness. They are destroyed by repetition. And repetition can just as easily make them strong. Because destiny is not something that happens once in a lifetime. It is what you do every day when no one is watching.